Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back to Biomedtainment. I'm your host Taka, and listen, I got a story for you. Last week, I watched my big homie pass out at his daughter's school play. Just gone. Like someone pulled the plug on him, you feel me? No warning. No, excuse me, I'm about to leave. He just hit the ground like, and I'm standing there like, bro, did you just glitch? His wife screaming, the principal's confused, and I'm out here thinking, yo, what medical drama just unfolded? Well, today, we're breaking down exactly what happened to my man. Today, we're talking about vasovagal syncope, and trust me, it's way crazier than you think. We got Professor Brian in the house to help us understand why your body sometimes just decides to take an impromptu nap without asking your brain first. Professor Brian, welcome to the show, my guy.
Thanks for having me, Taka. And your boy wasn't glitching. He was experiencing one of the most dramatic things your nervous system can pull. Your body literally said, nah, I'm out.
Okay. Let's start from the top because I know the name sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. Vasovagal syncope. Say that 3 times fast.
I know it sounds wild. Okay, so break it down. Vaso means blood vessels. Vagal refers to the vagus nerve, and syncope is just a fancy word for passing out. So vasovagal syncope is literally your body having a dramatic moment where your blood vessels dilate, your heart rate drops, blood pressure crashes, and boom, lights out.
Hold up. So you're telling me my body is actively working against me? Like my blood vessels are like, yo, let me open up right now. And my heart's like, cool, I'm gonna slow down. And together they're just sabotaging my consciousness? That's cold-blooded, Brian. That's betrayal.
Right? It's wild. And here's what makes it even wilder. This response is actually ancient. We're talking evolutionary ancient. Your body is literally having a fear response that your ancestors needed thousands of years ago.
So I'm telling you my great-great-great-great-grandpa had this same problem?
Exactly. It's called the vasovagal response. And back in the day, when humans encountered threats, this response could actually help them survive. If you were facing a predator, suddenly dropping your blood pressure and passing out could make you look dead to that predator and...
Hold on. So the strategy is to fake being dead? That's not a survival strategy. That's a surrender strategy. That's like, yo, I give up.
Okay, it's not ideal today, but hey, your ancestors are still here, so it worked at least a little bit.
Barely, my guy, barely. All right. So what actually sets this off? Like my boy at the play, what was his trigger? Was he scared of his daughter's terrible acting? Because I'm not gonna lie, the kid was rough.
Common triggers for vasovagal syncope are actually pretty specific. Emotional stress, blood, needles, prolonged standing, intense pain. Basically, situations where your mind perceives a threat.
Needles? Bro, you're telling me grown men are built different until a needle shows up?
Oh, it's the real truth. People who can handle almost anything will look at a needle and suddenly become a baby.
That's hilarious. So like, we got this trigger list, right? Let's go through some real-world scenarios. Give me some examples of situations where people actually pass out for this reason.
Okay, picture this. You're at the doctor's office getting blood drawn. The phlebotomist sticks you, and within seconds, your heart rate starts dropping. Your blood vessels dilate. Next thing you know, you're waking up with the medical staff freaking out.
Or you're at your homie's wedding, it's super hot. You're standing for like 3 hours straight in a suit jacket that's too tight. You're hungry, you haven't eaten, you're dehydrated, and then the vows start getting emotional, and suddenly you're thinking about your own ex.
That's a perfect storm right there.
That's a perfect storm. You got emotional triggers, you got physical triggers, you got dehydration, you got, boom, you're out. And everyone's like, did he just? And you're waking up like, what happened? I'm traumatized just thinking about it.
The worst part, most people are completely fine. You don't have any long-term damage. But in those moments, you feel it. Your vision gets blurry. You get dizzy. You feel like the room is spinning.
Warning signs. You're talking about the warning signs. So what are they? Like, if I feel some type of way, how do I know I'm about to tap out?
Okay, so the good news is, and this is actually the good news, most people get warning signs before they pass out. Not always, but usually. Your body's like, hey, something's about to go wrong. And it sends you signals.
Prof, talk to me.
Pale skin, like you look like a ghost. You might get hot and sweaty at the same time, which is weird because your body can't make up its mind. Your vision tunnels. Everything gets darker around the edges. You might feel nauseous, dizzy, and here's the kicker. You get this weird feeling in your chest like something's off.
And people just ignore this? They see these signs and they're like, nah, I'm good?
All the time, especially dudes. It's the most stereotypical thing. Men see a needle and they're like, I'm not scared, I'm not scared. And 5 seconds later, boom, they're out.
I'm a man. I can handle it. I don't need to sit down. I'm just gonna stand here and deny my own body's warning system. That's wild, bro. Okay, so if you feel those signs, the tunnel vision, the sweating, the feeling like your heart's about to stop, what do you do? Like, is there a move? Can you prevent it?
Yes, actually, yes. The key is to lie down immediately, or at least get yourself sitting down with your head between your knees. You want to get your head below your heart so blood can flow back to your brain. That's basically it.
Just lie down, that's the move.
That's the move. Lie down, elevate your legs if you can, and wait it out. Your body usually recovers within seconds to minutes.
So if my homie at the play had just been like, yo, something's not right, and laid down in the middle of the stage,
he would have been fine. He wouldn't have made the news with his daughter's school.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's actually happening inside your body? Like, why does it decide to just shut down like that?
Okay, so your autonomic nervous system, this is the part of your nervous system you don't consciously control. It's constantly balancing two sides. The sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight-or-flight side, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest side.
Okay, so sympathetic gets you amped, parasympathetic chills you out?
Exactly. Now, normally, your sympathetic system helps you respond to stress. Your heart rate goes up, blood vessels constrict. That's good. That gets blood to your brain and muscles. But in vasovagal syncope, something goes wrong. The parasympathetic side, specifically the vagus nerve, suddenly overcompensates.
The vagus nerve? That's the dude that betrayed your man at the play?
Essentially, yes. The vagus nerve is like, nope, we're shutting this down. And it cranks up the rest and digest response when it should not. Your heart rate drops like 30%. Your blood vessels dilate to the size of...
Hold up, so your blood vessels get bigger?
Way bigger. Blood pools in your lower body, less blood reaches your brain, and your brain's like, yo, I'm not getting enough oxygen, so it just turns off for a second.
That's the craziest thing I've heard all day. Your body is actively working to reduce blood flow to your head. That's not self-preservation. That's self-sabotage. That's like, I'm gonna hurt myself to save myself. That's a toxic relationship with your own nervous system, my guy.
It really is. And the wild part is that, on an evolutionary level, this made sense. Your ancestors needed this response. Today, not so much. But your body hasn't caught up to the fact that the doctor isn't a predator, and you're not about to get eaten.
So basically, I'm out here in 2025 with a caveman nervous system? That's crazy, yo, that's crazy. Okay, I got some questions. Real talk, what situations do you see this happen the most?
Blood draws, definitely. Dental work. Getting tattoos. Long flights where you're sitting, standing in line for a long time. Emotional moments like funerals or bad news. Heat exposure without water.
So basically, if you're hot, hungry, tired, dehydrated, emotional, and you're about to get a needle, that's the combo?
That's the perfect storm, yeah.
Never do all of that at once. Got it. But real talk, what about prevention? Like, if I know I'm going to be in a situation where this might happen, what's my game plan?
Stay hydrated. Eat something beforehand. Get enough sleep. If you know you're getting blood drawn, eat a good meal, drink a ton of water, and lie down if you can.
So it's just like regular health advice?
Exactly. It's basic stuff. And here's something wild. If you know you're susceptible, you can actually train your body to resist this response. It's called applied tension.
Applied tension? That sounds like a gym move.
Kind of. You basically tense your muscles for like 10 seconds, then relax, then tense again. This increases your blood pressure before the stressor happens, so your body doesn't drop as hard.
So I'm literally tensing my muscles to combat my own body's response? This is wild, yo. This is literally fighting yourself. You're in a battle with your own nervous system.
Welcome to the human body, my guy.
The human body is crazy, man. Crazy. All right, so I know most of the time it's fine, but when should people actually be worried? Like, is there ever a time where passing out is not just dramatic but actually dangerous?
Good question. Most vasovagal syncope is harmless. You pass out, your body recovers, but if you're driving operating machinery or you're somewhere you could get seriously injured in the fall, that's when it becomes dangerous. And if you're passing out repeatedly or it's happening more frequently, you should definitely see a doctor because it could be something else.
Okay, so the real risk isn't usually the passing out. It's what happens when you fall.
Exactly. The fainting itself is usually no big deal. It's the ground you hit that's the problem.
That's real. That's real. So if you're at home, you'll probably be fine. You fall on your couch or the carpet. But if you're at the top of the stairs? Different story.
Very different story.
Yo, Professor Brian, this has been enlightening, my guy. I learned today that my body is basically my worst enemy and that I need to hydrate more, eat better, and get more sleep. So basically, the answer to everything is just be healthy.
Take care of yourself, recognize the warning signs, and if you feel it coming on, just lie down.
Simple. For more episodes breaking down the wild science behind why our bodies do crazy things, keep rocking with Biomedtainment. I'm Taka, he's Professor Brian, and we'll catch you next time when we're breaking down something equally dramatic. Stay conscious, y'all.
Stay hydrated.
And don't pass out at your kids' school play.